All-Star Week, folks, another great All-Star. We're here to talk to former player and former manager of the world champion Houston Astros. He helped to build that team. Is Bo Porter. Bo, what's up, man? Good to see you.
Great to see you, Mark. Thank you so much for being here.
Tell us about the work you've been doing with the young people this weekend.
I tell you, it's been a joy. Mm-hmm. When you look into the eyes of these kids and the excitement in which they've displayed out there today. We had an opportunity to meet with 60 Little League, high school, college coaches last night. Had a chance to have parent engagement here where we had the parents and the kids watching some movie clips talking about, real life issues that we all know helps as it relates to, whole person development. Mm-hmm. Baseball is just a hook. We all know how great of a game it is, mm-hmm. and we were able to teach the skills of baseball, but more importantly, we were able to teach these kids about life. And I think when you look at the Players Association and the message in which we want to deliver is, one, we know the things in which we have learned from playing a game of baseball, whether it's dealing with adversity, whether it's leadership, whether it's team building, whether it's work ethic. We want to make sure that we're passing all of those skill sets forward, mm-hmm. along with giving our expertise as it relates to the skills of the game.
Which all-star in the game this week reminds you most of yourself as a player?
Oh boy, I tell you, because I manage the Houston Astros, Jose Altuve is arguably one of my favorite players and favorite people, and because I know the work ethic that he has. It's something that I've always prided myself on, and the time that I had to manage him, being able to watch him each and every day and the work in which he put in, I have a great appreciation for it. So I would say if I had to pick someone, it would be for that reason of having such an appreciation for how they go about their business and the fact that you're talking about a guy who's the American League MVP. Right. He's going to continue to work. He's never going to allow his accolades to change how he goes about his business each and every day. So I'm just very proud of him.
You were sharing with us last night a little bit about that work ethic and how, you look at a guy like Jose with his size, a lot of folk wanted to dismiss him at first. I mean, his work ethic made a difference. It made people notice him.
That's the beauty of baseball. I mean, good players come in all shapes, sizes, and right. you just never know. I mean, it's a skilled repetition sport. And Jose Altuve is a prime example of that. You look at the MVP race last year, you had Aaron Judd and you had Jose Altuve. Right. So if sides mattered, Jose Altuve
right.
would not be in that conversation. So right. It's definitely, a tribute to him and his motor and how hard it runs and the effort in which he puts in each and every day is a huge part of the reason why he has and enjoys the success in which he enjoys.
Interested in getting back in the Major League Managing?
Whenever you do something the first time, you always look back and you realize things that you could have done differently. You grow as a person. I sit and I watch, saying to myself, if the right opportunity were to find me, right. It's something that it is a great interest. I was proud that the Houston Astros won the World Series because anytime you are part of an organization. I've been a part of different organizations. I coached here in Washington, and it was good to see the organization. You want to leave an organization better than it was when you arrived. Right. I believe that our staff was able to do that in Houston. I think that they continued the success, obviously, that we started. But given the landscape of managing, there's only 30 managerial jobs. Yeah. So it has to be the right situation. Am I out seeking or looking for a managerial job? No, I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now. But I think if the right situation was to find me and I find myself at the table having the right conversation with the right people, it's something that I would be greatly interested in.
Now, I saw somewhere, too, you were working, MLB asked you to work with some of the free agents or something like that, right? Weren't you doing that?
Yes, we had a free agent camp.
Right.
When you look at the landscape of a free agency this offseason, January rolled around, the calendar rolled around to February. We still had a large number of free agents that were unsigned. It was something that the Players Association, we felt like we needed to do right. for our players to prepare them for spring training. So we put together a camp. It was run, at the same time Major League Spring Training was going on. The guys were prepared. We had, a lot of guys that were able to come there, get ready for the season. They signed. They went to spring training with Major League clubs. And, again, those guys didn't miss a beat. We stated that from day one when they arrived down in Florida. We said this is going to be an extension of what Major League Camp is, what Major League Camp is like. A lot of the staff members that you've seen here this weekend were also in Florida and helped with that free agent camp.
Yeah. You know, I'm curious about something too, Bo. You're a part of the union, you're a former player. Do you have to wear a different hat as a manager? I know a manager is not management like the owner of the team, but as a manager, are you able also to have a certain allegiance or affinity with the issue of the players union, or is there a wall between that, like a lot of other employee manager situations?
Well, I think this is a fraternity that is it's a lifetime fraternity. When you are managing, at the major league level, you're managing up, you're managing down, you're managing each side of it. You have obviously your allegiance to your organization. You always want what's best for the organization. When it comes to the managing of your players, your job as the manager is to do everything that you can to put each and every player in a position where they can reach their full potential.
Right.
And I think every organization, when you look at from an organizational model, they want the players to reach their potential. So as the manager, one, the organization is going to have their strategic plan, and your job as the manager is to make sure that you're going to execute that strategic plan regardless what that strategic plan is. It can be to win a championship, it can be to rebuild, it can be to give playing time to certain players, and as the manager, you have to make sure that you are executing as the boots on the ground, so to speak, each and every day for the organization.
I was talking to Tony earlier. You all, obviously Major League Baseball has the most comprehensive drug testing policy. Has that situation, you think, or has the policy itself been successful? Has that situation improved in the game? I know there's a lot of focus on Robinson Cano right now, but what are your thoughts about that?
I think it's been extremely effective. I think anytime you have a situation where the league basically, collaborate and come together and saying we want to make sure that we clean up our league. You look across the board, we've had fewer guys suspended, for steroids and PEDs and all the other things that were pretty prevalent in our game, say some years ago. So it's something that, from a health standpoint, you want to make sure that you're doing everything you can from a health standpoint, that you are not putting people at risk. And then also when you look at youth baseball, in which everything we've done this weekend is about influencing our youth and being mentors for our youth. That's not something that we want to promote in our game, because we want our youth to look at the game of baseball and say, I want to be Mike Trout, I want to be Bryce Harper, I want to be Mookie Betts. We want them to look at the stars that are playing right now and inspire to be those guys. And we don't want to lessen the value of our game by allowing a drug test or something of that magnifying to basically put a situation in our game that's not going to be productive for the game.
Again, Bo Porter with us, folks, former manager of Houston Astros, now with the Players Association, the Players Trust, man who knows a lot about the game, and I think needs another shot in the dugout. I'd applaud that, bro.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we look forward to it. Thank you, Bo. Good to talk to you, man.